Okay, hello, this is Dr. James, and today I'm going to look at this headlight on the Prius. Looks like it's not working, and I don't know, there's an accident. Some cop ran into me, and then they had his crooked buddy blame the accident on me. He ran into the side of me here. Anyway, so I didn't have insurance, so I didn't have full coverage, so I get to pay for that myself. And this light was kind of working on and off. I'm not sure if it's something from the accident or if the light burned out or whatever. But anyway, we'll see if we can try to fix that. I have the Virginia's illegal forced state inspection coming up, where they harass you and force you to change unnecessary parts on your car at your expense. And their phony safety inspection requires you to put your life in danger by bankrupting you. And so, rather than be bankrupted, I'm going to try to fix the car myself because I love working on cars. So let's get going. Okay, it's kind of bright out here, so it's hard to see that the lights are working or not, but if you look over here, you can see there's light coming out of that guy, and over here there's not. And the reason why I suspect there might be another problem with this is because this light was working off and on, and so it could be some mechanical problems due to some guy hitting me with his monster truck and causing me lots of problems. Okay, let me see. I know my dad had someone change this light for him, and they kind of swindled him. They're charging him like about $900, $700 or something outrageous to fix this. And then he took it someplace else and they changed it for like maybe $35 or something. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. I think you gotta do a lot of work to get that light out though, so let's take a look. Go inside and we will pop the hood here. There we go. Now we'll get this thing opened and I'll take a look at. Okay. Let's see, there's always a latch under here that you have to undo. Come on. And there we go. Okay, you can hear the car humming because it's still on actually. Okay, so in order to get into this light bulb, let's put the light on here. It's not good lighting conditions. I think you gotta take out that fuse box. Everything's really crammed in here. Yeah, because see, I think this is where you get into the light bulb thing down there. There's a plug up here for these other lights, but I think they're working. And I believe this other light is a high pressure light. So let me, not sure what voltage that operates at. I should probably check it. I probably shouldn't be working on this if this is a high voltage light. With the car on at least. Anyway, driver's side light, not working. Okay, let's take a look here. So it seems like there's not a lot of room in here, and so what I'd like to do maybe is remove this plastic thing because there's not a lot of room to get in around here. And I think I gotta, usually these things pop up. If you pop the center thing holds it in place. Let's take a look here. And then you should be able to pop out the rest of the rivet thing once you get that center thing popped up, hopefully. Come on. Try to get this out without breaking it. These things are so annoying. Go around behind. Yeah, I should be able to pull the centerpiece out, and then the whole thing should come out afterwards. Come on. Maybe I get some vice grips and pull them out. See, this pops up. That one pops up okay, like that. bunch of these things. Come on. Yeah, here's another one. I'll try to get this plastic shield out in front so I can work on this better. So I think it's kind of obstructing the lights. Oh, you got to pull them out way out. Look at that. Okay, once you pull them way out, they come out. See that? Okay, let me get the rest of these out of here, and we'll take this plastic thing out. Okay, so I removed all of those fasteners, and let's just pull this guy off of here. Okay, there we go. So here's that thing, and I think that helps a little bit. Right, this was, let's see how this was covering up. Yeah, so this went all the way up to here. Well, I guess it'll allow me to get in behind here a little bit. I'm not sure how much that helped, but I have access to this now, which I didn't have before. Wow, what a pain. Let me see. Maybe I'll take this bolt off and see what that does. Okay. Got my ratchet set. Okay, let me see. Maybe the first thing I'll do is try to remove this fuse cover box thing. Okay. That gives a little bit more room in there. Wow. What a pain. Yeah, it's still, I think this is the opening to the light down here. And it's just about impossible to get to that without, I don't know. Let me take this screw out first and we'll see what that does. Get my ratchet set here. Find the right size. Okay, maybe a 10 millimeter. Okay. And let's take this guy off and see what this does. Okay. Okay, so there's that screw. Okay. That's what that screw looks like. Okay. Looks like the whole light kind of comes loose when you take that screw off. Let me fiddle with this. I'm going to need two hands because it's kind of flopping around in here. Okay, let's take a look here. So it looks like after I took that screw off on top, it's kind of loose down here. It might be because of the accident, because this fender's kind of pulled away. It looks like it used to attach into there. But it looks like I might be able to pull this lens out. I want to be careful not to stress the wires when I do that. Pull it out some and get to, yeah, see there's the light right there. Maybe I should undo these connectors here so I don't stress them too much. Okay, there we go. Got that one off. I'm kind of squeezing. There's like a release on these guys. Squeeze and wiggle. Sometimes these are really hard to pull off because they have, I don't know, those latches are hard to get. Whoop. Well, it looks like the whole light assembly is coming apart here. That's good, I guess. I don't know. So this part is where the light attaches. Looks like there's some more plugs down here. But I might be able to get to the light just by pulling this off. Okay. Oh, this back part came off. It looks like it's attached to this plug here. Okay. Well, let me go. Take that apart. Wait a second. Okay, so let's take a look at this. So we got that cap off here, and I think, what the heck? Some kind of lock thing here. Okay, we twist it, and that guy comes off. Okay, looks like there's some kind of releases. If you squeeze them in like this, I bet they release. Here, how do we do this? Oh, you got to push them down. Push them down, and they come out around like that. Push them down and around. Okay. And this whole thing swings up like that. And we can pull the light bulb out. And let's take a look at this. Okay, so here's our light bulb. And okay, let's see if we can get a replacement and try replacing this guy and see if that fixes the problem. Okay, very cool. Okay, here it is. I had to look around because hardly any places had this, just one auto parts store had it. Super expensive, $150 for this light bulb. Outrageous. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera down, I think, to open this thing up, because God forbid I break this. Oh my God. Okay, there we go. There's a new light bulb. Okay. Looks like the same as the other one. Let me put her in the socket, get the light situated again so I can do that. Okay, so here's our light bulb, and there's our socket down there, and it looks like it's keyed. There's two keys there, there's two keys. I don't know if you can see that in there. Get that in there, like so. And again, we have these clippy things that kind of come down around like that. And the other one comes down around like that. Okay, so we got it clipped into place. And here's our special plug. Come on. There it goes on and twists. And why don't we give this a shot, see if our problem is fixed or not. I'm not sure if I have to have these other sockets plugged in. I might have to plug in these other sockets to get it to work first. Let me get the sockets plugged in and we'll test it out. Okay, let's, I think we gotta start this thing up. So I got my keys in here. Cool thing about it is keys just have to be in the car. They don't have to be close. Or they don't have to be plugged in or whatever. Okay. And let's turn the lights on. See, the lights are on there. And hopefully this thing is shining, and it doesn't look like it is, maybe. Is that shining? I don't know. This one looks bright. This one does not. Okay, so I have the high beams on. I wanted to check the high beams because it seemed like the low beams weren't working. So the light on the left-hand side over there is definitely working, but the light over here is not for some reason. Okay. Okay, trying to do a little bit more research on this guy. Now these are, I guess what they call HID lights. I believe they're something kind of like a fluorescent light where they need an igniter, a high voltage igniter to break them down, get them started. And if you look on here, it looks like a high voltage cable going inside. And so that igniter can go bad. Or, you know, I did have someone hit me here, so maybe there's not voltage on these plugs. I think what I'm going to do is I want to see where the igniter is. I want to take a look at that because I might need to replace that. I might unplug all these cables and make sure that there's voltage coming up to the light fixture. And if there's voltage, good voltage coming into it, then I'll take a look at the igniter, which I think is inside this plastic unit here, and see if there's a problem with that, maybe replace that. Okay, so let me get these cables off, and we will try to test, make sure voltage is coming in on all these first. Okay. Okay, so I got these top two connectors off up here just by squeezing. There's a little release here, and on that one. Okay, this one down here seems to be a little bit more of a pain because looks like it's got some kind of release there, and it's really not easy to push in. But it looks like if I twist this and pull it out, it's like a bulkhead feed through. Maybe I can just release this plug on the backhand side, like so. And this one seems to be easier to unplug. Okay, and I'm not so sure about this one still. I'm trying to figure this thing out. So I think this might be where the HID power unit is. Oh, I guess maybe if I twist this. Looks like the whole thing comes out. Oh gosh. Okay, so this whole unit right here, here's the back of the light bulb. We can twist that guy. It looks like he kind of comes out. Maybe. Oh, come on. What the heck? Seems to be snagging here. Maybe I could just undo this plug and test that right now. Looks like there's just a plug right here. Maybe I can pull that off by releasing it here. I really just want to test the power going up to this guy. Wow, this thing is not easy to get off. Come on. Let me fiddle with that for a second. Okay. I guess wiggling it back and forth. Looks like I finally got it off. So that's what the plug looks like there. It's got, what, 3 wires going to it? Very interesting. Oh, okay. And here is our last plug. This looks like it goes to the HID. So many plugs here. Let me get this plug off of here, and I'll pull this light out of here. Should be a release in here, right? Oh, come on. Okay, I just got a screwdriver in between this black and the white thing there and pried them apart. Okay. I think that's going to work now. Come on. So there's that plug, and there's where it plugs into. And so, come on. No. Okay, so there's our headlight assembly. I undid all those plugs to it. And I'm going to set this guy aside over here. Look at him in a little bit. I'm just going to make sure there's electricity when I turn the lights on to all those plugs. So we got this one, I think, is to that lower corner thing down there on the headlight. This one was probably for the HID. I'm not sure what that is. And there's two more up here. There's a bunch of lights inside that light fixture. So we'll test those out and see if there's electricity on all of them. And we'll figure out not why. Okay, so let's I guess turn this thing back on. Okay. And I'll turn, I guess the headlights are on already. Turn them on. Okay. And we got a digital voltmeter out here. Oh, look at that, isn't that beautiful? And let's just try probing these different connectors and see if there's voltage on them. And mainly, I think this is probably the one that runs the HID. So let me get this hooked up and we'll see if there's a voltage on this guy. So let's put our DVM onto volts. Turn it on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Okay. 14 volts. I think I saw 14 volts for a second. Sometimes it's hard to get those. Okay, so that one's got 14 volts on it. I believe that this is probably the connector for the HID. I'll check some of the others to make sure they got voltage on them. Okay, so here's a connector I believe is for the HID, and it looks like it has about 14 volts on it. Let me probe some of these other ones. Okay, so here's that weird 3-pin connector, and it looks like that one also has 14 volts on it. There's no voltage on the other pin. I have to see what that's for, but oh, I take that back. From the top to that pin, there is 14 volts also. Okay, so that one has voltage on it as well. Okay, it looks like there was voltage on this one, and I blew the fuse. It popped. I accidentally shorted that out. I didn't realize there's 2 pins in there. Okay. Okay, so this one connector up here on the top has got 14 volts. And I'll try to test the other one as well. Okay, so this one on the top also has 14 volts. And so let me see if I can find that fuse that I accidentally blew. And I'm going to guess it is probably the ballast that's the problem in our light here, and that's why the thing's not starting up. Okay, I'm looking through the possible fuses. I don't think it's the headlight main, and I'm not sure what that is. It might be the low beams or something. And there's this is left-hand side, and so it could be that one or that one, which I assume would be that one or that one. So let me see. I think this is our special tool to pull these guys out here. Let me try grabbing some of these and see if I can look at that. Take a look at that guy and see if he's blown. I think he might be. I think that might be the right one. I got my voltmeter up here and test them, but it's looking like that's probably it. That was HP HI LA left-hand side. Okay. See if I can find some replacements for that. Okay, for those of you who aren't familiar with a DVM meter, you want to set it on ohms, because that tests to see if there's continuity. And so I put it on a beeping one. So I touch these together, and it beeps. And so I'll touch it to the contacts of the fuse. Oh, come on. I'll touch it to both sides of the contacts of the fuse. And if it doesn't beep, or says infinite, then see, overload. That fuse is bad. Okay. Let me see if I can get some new fuses for this. Okay, so I got my new 10 amp fuse. Let me put her back in where she came out of. Okay. And I guess they're called low profile fuses. And here's the connector where I blew the fuse. Let me try retesting that, and looks like since I'm putting on pins, it's easy to easy to short those out. So I'll just test that, and I'll just tell you the results, I guess, because I don't think I'll be able to get that on film. Okay. Okay, so there's also 14 volts going to this connector as well. Here, see if we can take a look there. Okay, and so it must be something inside the light bulb assembly, probably the ballast, because that would be my guess, the only thing that I haven't tested yet. And so maybe we'll try replacing the ballast and see if that fixes our problem. Okay, so here's a headlight assembly. Looks like this is cracked over here a little bit. Oh, that connector went inside. Oh, that's so good. Anyway, I think right here, this is on the side of it, it says danger, Gescher will shock you. This is probably the ballast for our light bulb. So let's take this apart and see what we're dealing with here. Come on. Get these screws out of this thing. Okay, let's see what this thing looks like. Computer light control. Will shock, burn, or cause death. I'm reading all that upside down. Okay, 35 watts. Ooh. Okay. And, okay, here's what our unit looks like right there. Okay. There's some wires that go to this plug thing here. And then some wires, I guess, that go to the light. Yep, there we go. So this is the plug that goes to this guy, and then this wire thing goes to the back side of our light here. Okay, very cool, huh? Okay, there's the whole view of that guy. So this wire goes to the light here. Okay, looks like it's finally arrived here. Let's take a look at what's on the inside of this box. Okay, got a brand new light. Some kind of cable adapter. Here's the high voltage generator thing. Okay. Inside of, ironically, an electrostatic bag. Okay. And I think it looks pretty similar to the one that's on the car already. So maybe I can go swap this out and try it and see how it works. Very cool, huh? Okay, so we got our new light controller unit, and I want to try just pulling this guy out, and let's see what we got here. Looks like we got some kind of plug. Looks like it might have the same type of plug there. I think I'm going to just use these same cables on this side, because that's a different cable that comes with this thing, I do believe. This is all insulated all the way up to this point. Looks like a different plug on the end of that too. So I'm just going to unplug this guy here, if I can get him out. Oh, come on. Maybe I'll need a screwdriver. Sometimes these things don't. Oh, okay, there's a little release right there. Push that down maybe. Pull this thing out. See, there's a release right on the top up there. Okay, I need to get a screwdriver, I think. Okay. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay. I finally got this thing out of there. I'm not sure why it was so difficult. Okay, so it looks like the exact same plug on our old one as on our new one. So let me just see if I can feed this connector through here somehow. Oh, come on, really? Feed it in through there, snake it around, and hopefully it will come out here without having to disassemble more stuff. Yeah, it's getting hung up on the inside. Oh my gosh. Okay, come on. Yeah, this might be a job for two hands because it's just hanging up on the inside in there. Okay, let's look here. I had to take that thing and rotate it so it's sideways because it wanted to go through there the wrong way. And I am still not sure if it's going to fit. I've been pushing it with a screwdriver because you don't want to put a lot of stress on these wires. Trying to see if they can see that thing in there. Push this thing up. Oh, come on. Now out this hole on the top. And I don't know if it's going to fit. I may have to disassemble this whole assembly, which is going to be a nightmare. Let me fiddle with it some more and see if I can force it out. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's take a look here. I'm thinking now it is impossible to pull that plug thing through this hole here. It's too small. So I think what I'm going to do is take this whole plastic back part off. And I see some screws holding it together here, and one at each corner. And it looks like there's some tabs holding this together. So I'm going to try to separate this back plastic thing from the front, if it's possible. I don't even know. Because there's this thing here, and it looks like it might be attaching the two together. Not sure how to pull that apart. That doesn't look good. I tried to twist this and take this apart before. It seemed like it loosens up. I don't know. I'm going to have to fiddle with that. See if I can pull this stupid thing apart. This could be a big problem. Okay, well, working on getting these 3-corner screws out. One, There's 2. And here's 3. I'm still not convinced that hopefully there's not wires connecting between the front and the back part. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Come on. Okay. Let's see if we can pop these tabs up and pull this thing apart. Oh, come on. Let me fiddle with this. Okay, taking out those screws, I wasn't still able to get it apart, but I was able to push this plug, use a screwdriver and pushed it down in through there. And now this plug has got past where it was hanging up before and it's getting closer to being able to come out. I can almost taste it here. Look at that. I don't want to put a lot of stress on these wires though. But I mean, I guess this unit's no good anyway, but maybe if I can push it a little bit more. See, I had to push it back that way to get it past where it was hanging up. Now if I just get it around that corner and pull it out, I'll be able to replace it. Okay, let's take a look here. I flip the thing upside down, and that thing's getting close. I can almost see it coming out now. Very close. I kind of had to turn it sideways. Oh gosh. Here, let me fiddle with that some more. See if I can get that thing out of there. It's like it's got to come out and kind of twist like that as it comes out. It's so tight. Okay, new strategy. I rotated the wire so it comes around on this side. I'm trying to get it to come up and just rotate like this to come out. And I'm using a screwdriver. Try not to damage it too much. Just try to get it in there and rotate it. We'll see. Okay, flipping it upside down and fiddling with it, I finally got it to rotate it so it's face down like that, and I think maybe I can just barely pull this stupid thing out of here. Look at that. Oh my god. What a pain. I can't believe someone designed something so terrible. Okay, let's take our new one and see if we can do the opposite of exactly what I did there. So in reverse order, I stick this thing in flat like that. I'll stick it in there. I'll try to get it inside and rotate it. What's this? Oh, come on. I want to be nice to this cable because this is a new one. Remember, you never want to pull on wires. The shell is a lot stronger, so you want to move things around with the shell. Oh my god. There we go. Slide it up and try to rotate it like the other one rotated. You gotta rotate it like solving a Rubik's Cube or something. What a stupid design. I can't believe this. Whoever designed this should be shot. Okay. There we go. I think I've seen it rotate. Let it rotate around the corner of that thing. And now it's underneath. And then I gotta get it in here and then somehow slide it back through. There's an obstacle on the inside that prevents it from sliding here, out there. I gotta get it down, way down inside, without bending the cables too much. And rotate it and pull it through this hole over here again. What a freaking nightmare. Take a look at that. Okay, the next thing I did is I just got on the shell and I pushed it straight back down inside of there. And now I think, let's see if we can look in this hole here. I should be able to fish that thing back out and pull it through this hole up here. What a freaking nightmare. Oops. You know what I might do? I might put the connectors on this. Well, let's make sure I can fish that guy out first. Okay. Okay. Get a screwdriver in there, maybe. See, it's way down there. Just need to fish it out through this big hole. So I get this screwdriver so I can try to pull it out. Okay, here we go. I turn that thing upside down, shaking it and fiddling with it, and I've got it this far now. Almost out the hole. So close. I have to rotate it some, have it slide past that stuff on the inside, and we'll see if we can get it the rest of the way out. Okay, I just had to twist it sideways a little bit, and we have this cable out. Unfortunately, this cable came out when I was fiddling with it, but I don't think it's too hard to shove that back through. Try to get that connected up. Come on, you stupid thing. To this guy up here. Feed that cable back through and plug her in, and I think we'll be all set to go. Okay. Okay, so let's look at our unit here. So this wire comes out of here. I fed it back through here. It's got this plug. We gotta plug that plug back into our controller here because this is how it gets its power. Okay. We got the high voltage cable coming out, strung it through there, and we can plug that back into the light on the back side here, I think. Oh, come on. Let me fiddle with this. Maybe it's got a different light bulb, I don't know. Connector looks the same. Maybe I don't have it rotated properly. See, here's the old one. And here is the new one, and they look very similar. Let's compare them. Yeah, those look pretty similar. So we try to get that back on the light. Make sure I got this lined up right. Screw that thing back together, and we'll test her out and see if it works. Okay, here we go. You got to get it just right. Now, get it on there like that, and twist it and lock it into place. And I think that is good to go. So let me get these screws back up into this computer thing up here and get that seated in place, and we'll test this guy out. Okay, I guess you got to be careful. This is not symmetrical. It only fits in one way. It's got kind of a three sides on that side and kind of rounded corners on the other side. So this thing only fits in here one way, like that. Okay. So we'll get it in place. I'll get these screws screwed in, and get this thing back together. Okay. And there we go. We'll just tighten those up, and I think we're good to go. Okay, so we got our light hopefully fixed here. We got all the wires down there, so we're gonna have to plug all those plugs together. Let's see, how many are there? There's two at the top, one here, another one over there. Okay, let me get all these plugged in and we will try this thing out and see if it works. Okay, let's take a look here. I got the car back on. It looks like, compare it to the other light, looks like it is shining. Look at that, we fixed our light. Anyway, here we go. Hope this helps you out. You have some problem where you got your light not coming on. Looks like this time it was the ballast that failed. This is Dr. James, and thanks for watching. Okay, let's take a look at the high intensity lights here after we fixed them. Okay. There they are, pretty bright, huh? Anyway, this is Dr. James. Hopefully this helps you out. This is Dr. James. Thanks for watching.